monologues. What an amazing young woman, and I'm excited that she's stepping out once again to share her story and her journey through her blogging. I believe that's what you're going to do, but you might just shock us all, do some. Maybe you're going to start talking about vaginas. So, this is a full house. Anyway, Jodie grew up on a farm outside of Airdrie, surrounded by her family, animals and riding horses. She's a student of life, animal lover and mum to 3 beautiful children. She works for Airdrie Trailer Sales, a family business. Every day, Jodie shares her personal journey and life lessons on her blog in hopes to inspire others to be brave and live their best lives. And you share it on Ladies Out Loud Facebook too. So we're very happy that you do that. So, without further ado, on you go, do your jig. Let's do it.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Thank you for inviting me to speak today. For any of you that follow my blog, you know this is a little bit of a dream of mine. So it's good for me to have Karen to keep pushing me to do things and being braver. My first time talking in front of a crowd, I was 10 years old at a 4-H meeting, and I was supposed to get up and say my first name, and instead of doing that, I hid behind my mom's chair. So my mom's here tonight. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe she should bring her chair over here. Because it's probably not socially acceptable for me to go hide over there. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Okay, I started writing my blog about almost, I'm actually using notes. I'm not quite as good as Karen and Lori to talk. So I'm using notes, so forgive me, but I knew that I wouldn't get to say what I wanted to say if I didn't have it all written down. So I started writing my blog almost a year ago now. I remember being so scared to say what was going on inside of me. As my emotions were so overwhelming, and as I let my best friend read it the first time, I was crying. So this is what I wrote that day. I had a knowing. Deep down inside, I knew I could be doing life better, but I wasn't. I had lots of reasons and excuses. The kids need me, I don't have any money. It's not the right time, or better yet, I don't have enough time. On and on they went. I knew I could be doing better with my gifts. I blamed it on the bad weather and the good weather, on the dark basement, on my computer, on my support network, or my lack of support network. Deep down, and sometimes more clearly than others, it still nagged at me. I was playing it safe, and I knew it. I'm not angry with myself for playing it safe. I honor the reasons I felt were important for me to play it safe. They were very good reasons at the time, but enough is enough. Now is the perfect time, and now is always the perfect time. I choose myself. I pick me. No more hiding, no more playing it safe, no more putting all of my energy into supporting someone else's dreams. Now I'll support my dreams as well and learn as we go. Am I scared? Yes. Do I want to deny myself living a life that I have dared to dream? Not anymore. I'm not getting any younger or buying any more time. So here we go. Let's leap. It was so hard to choose me. It felt presumptuous. How could I know if people would like what I had to say? It was scary to admit that I was longing for something, because what if I was denied it? What if I was told I was crazy or unworthy? And then all the shame tapes started. Who was I to think that I had something to say that people wanted to hear? Hadn't it all been said before anyways? I don't like being vulnerable. I don't know anyone who does actually. What's to like about it? I wanted to be strong, to be great. I wanted to know better, to do better, and to be better. And to do that without admitting any personal weakness. I was soaking in as much as I could so that I could help and save everyone around me. So writing that blog post was admitting out loud for the first time that I was hiding myself behind that charade of I was keeping myself small, even though I yearned to make a mark in the world. I was stuck trying to be the perfect girl. I wasn't a perfectionist per se, but I wasn't okay with being a beginner in anything. I wasn't okay with not knowing the path. I was so afraid people were going to think I was a fraud and call me out, and it was literally paralyzing me. But I also knew I had been given a few gifts. I knew I was extremely logical and could tear down a confusing situation and find clarity in it. I knew that I could usually leave people in a better place emotionally than where I found them, and I knew I had amassed copious amounts of knowledge with my love for self-help. So, copious? Copious? Did you write that? I know. Oh, sorry. So Karen asked me to speak today about being bold for change, and I thought, I don't even really know for sure what being bold means. Like, does it mean to dress outrageous? Does it mean to stand up and take risks and be brave? Or does it mean to be vulnerable and courageous at the same time? I didn't know. So for me, sometimes it's easier to figure out what something isn't before I can figure out what it is. So I Googled it. The words that came up of opposite of bold were afraid, cautious, cowardly, fearful, meek, shy, timid. All sounded kind of like hiding behind your mom's chair in the corner. So if bold is the opposite of that, then being bold must mean stepping out of your comfort zone. I can say I get a boldness hangover pretty much every time I do that. So the first day I shared my blog post to my personal Facebook page was by accident. And there was a lot of people who knew me, but never really knew me that were reading it. And the next day I was dying inside from fear of rejection and from exposing myself. And I literally couldn't think of anything else. But I had promised myself I was gonna write every single day on my blog. And so I knew I had to write something. And so I wrote about how I was feeling that day, and I called it The Bomb. And this is what I wrote. I'm not exactly sure what happened yesterday. There were almost 3 times the amount of people stop by and read my blog than ever before. I'm trying not to be freaked out. I mean, ultimately, this is what I want. But I think I'm much more comfortable at a slow, steady pace. And where in the world did you all come from? Interestingly, this has conjured up some memories from the past. I competed a lot as a kid. I was extremely fortunate to spend my childhood on the back of a horse going to horse shows. There is a skill progression to horse shows, just like any other sport. And my very last year as a youth, I was allowed to go to the biggest quarter horse show in the world, called the All-American Congress. Now, the Congress takes place in Ohio, and it's a 36-hour drive with a truck and trailer from home. So it was no small undertaking. And I was 18 years old. So needless to say, going to the Congress was an extraordinarily big deal for me. I had only been allowed to compete fairly locally up to that point, and all of the world champions and the best of the best were going to be there. So to make a long and wonderful story short, my horse Dex and I did very well. We arrived to the Congress as nobodies really, and we were just there to do our best with no expectation on us to win, but we left as reserve champions. The day after the Congress Championship, we had a team tournament where the same riders competed in the same events. But this time, the pressure I put on myself was lethal. I was terrified of being a one-hit wonder. Terrified of people saying I only got lucky the day before and didn't deserve the placing I had received. I was sure I could hear "who does she think she is" playing in their heads. And so I proved them all right. I totally bombed. Like that. Today I feel a glimpse of that same pressure from all of those years ago. The fear of conceding to the curse of the lucky one-hit wonder. Having so many people show up to read my blog yesterday felt like a huge win for me. I don't know what to write about today. I don't want to turn people away by bombing again and saying something that has no impact. It has been said, don't let the fear of what could happen make nothing happen. So here I am, showing up anyway, making something happen, even if we go nuclear. Can you guess what happened? Yeah, nothing. Nobody cared as much as I did. Not even close. So I'm, again, now hiding behind my mom's chair, and pretty much everybody came and went without saying a word. The only people who said anything were the brave ones, who also shared their stories with me or gave me words of encouragement. So day after day, I continued to write my story, and slowly, I began to realize how I was changing and how the people were responding to me differently. I wrote this in a blog post one day. The other day I wondered to myself, what is my major goal in this life? I have always loved to the fullest. Lots of times I was going about it backwards, and some of the time I was making things worse instead of better. Other times I was sure I was smothering growth. If I could love more or better than I do now, and allow for growth of myself and the people around me, and find a way to leave people in a better place than where I found them, that would mean a life well lived for me. Can I save the world with my personal stories of mistakes, doubts, insecurities, and struggles? I don't really know, but it's been a pleasant surprise to see how it's saving me. It really was saving me. I was changing. I was becoming more brave and able to share my true self more confidently. The more I would share and express what was on the inside of me, the more I felt like the real me was being acknowledged and accepted by the world. The more I admit my weakness and struggle and my passions and thoughts, the more I'm okay with who I am. And surprisingly to me, old friends have resurfaced, new friendships have been made, and the more meaningful and fulfilling my life has become. So I was listening to Marianne Williamson in an interview not that long ago, and she said something that struck me so profoundly. She said, and I believe it to be true, that there are more people in this world that love than hate, but the haters hate with conviction. When a hater hates, he does it with everything he's got. Suicide bombers don't think, I'm gonna kinda maybe sorta show up today. They show up, and they do it in a big way. But the lovers don't do that, do they? We're not convicted in our love and in our passions, in our gifts and in ourselves. We think, sometimes maybe we might show up. Maybe, but only if I know I'll be accepted and people will talk to me nicely and people will talk about me nicely. And as long as I feel like it, because if I'm not feeling like it, then maybe